10 Clever Ways to Deal with Toxic People. Stoic Happiness. Love and peace are not simply words. They are actions that shape our destiny. Have you ever found yourself feeling emotionally drained, manipulated, or constantly used by someone? Have you ever questioned how someone could treat you so poorly while making you feel like the problem? If you've been caught in relationships, whether romantic, familial, or with friends, where someone takes and never gives, where their drama weighs on your shoulders, or where every encounter feels like an emotional battle, this message is for you. It's time to break free from the cycle of manipulation and emotional abuse. In this video, we'll explore 10 powerful Stoic strategies that will teach you how to deal with toxic people effectively. These timeless methods have been around for thousands of years, and today, they are more relevant than ever. Let's delve into the heart of manipulation, control, and emotional warfare. I'll equip you with the tools to protect your inner peace and reclaim your life. Let's break free from the chains of toxic relationships and start living with the emotional strength and clarity of a Stoic. 1. Identify toxic behavior. The first step to mastering Stoic happiness and living a life of resilience is identifying toxic behavior. It may seem obvious, but many fail to recognize it until the damage has already been done. Think about it. Have you ever been in a situation where someone constantly undermines you, making you feel like nothing you do is ever enough? Whether it's a friend, partner, or family member, their words drip with subtle criticism. Their actions leave you second-guessing yourself. And somehow, no matter what happens, they always seem to be the victim. You find yourself apologizing for things that weren't even your fault, feeling guilty simply for standing up for yourself. This is classic emotional manipulation, and toxic individuals are masters at it. They drain your energy like parasites, feeding off your self-doubt, leaving you exhausted before you even realize what's happening. Their weapons are subtle. Sarcastic comments disguised as jokes, passive-aggressive remarks that make you question your worth, and guilt-tripping statements like, "I can't believe you'd do this to me after everything I've done for you." These tactics are not innocent misunderstandings. They are deliberate attempts to control and diminish you. As the great philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Recognizing toxic behavior is your first step toward reclaiming your peace. Toxic people thrive on blurring the lines between right and wrong, making you feel guilty for setting boundaries or speaking up. They make you believe that protecting your own well-being is selfish. But let's be clear. Prioritizing your mental and emotional health is not selfish. It's essential. If you constantly find yourself making excuses for someone's actions, if you're justifying their hurtful words to others, or trying to convince yourself that it's not that bad, you are caught in a dangerous cycle. The mind of a Stoic is one that seeks clarity and truth, not confusion and emotional turmoil. You must train yourself to see these manipulations for what they truly are. You do not owe anyone unlimited patience, nor do you need to subject yourself to endless toxicity in the name of loyalty. True strength lies in knowing when to walk away. Your happiness and inner peace are sacred. Toxic people will try to invade that space, but you have the power to guard it. The Stoics believed that external forces, no matter how chaotic, should not disrupt your internal equilibrium. Seneca advised, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Often, we build up fears of confrontation, worrying about how others will react if we distance ourselves, when in truth, we are only prolonging our suffering. Stop fearing the discomfort of change and start valuing the peace that comes with removing negativity from your life. Be firm, be clear, and most importantly, be unapologetic in protecting your energy. 2. Prioritize self-care. Dealing with toxic people requires strength and resolve, qualities that are nurtured by a Stoic mindset. Toxic individuals, whether through emotional manipulation, ceaseless criticism, or constant negativity, will drain your energy and cloud your peace. And that's why self-care is not just a luxury, but an absolute necessity. Think of it as your emotional armor, built to shield you from the corrosive effects of toxic influences. Without it, you leave yourself exposed to burnout, resentment, and emotional depletion. Real self-care, however, is more than superficial comfort, like bubble baths or spa days, though those certainly help. True self-care means making deliberate, powerful choices that safeguard your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. It's about having the discipline to say no without guilt and creating a sanctuary where you can recharge and regain control of your thoughts and actions. It is about recognizing that your needs, your peace, are paramount, even if others fail to acknowledge it. Toxic individuals will never prioritize you. They'll demand your time, your energy, your well-being, with no thought of reciprocation. They expect you to be their emotional punching bag, and they will drain you of everything they can. But you, through the wisdom of Stoicism, are not their servant. You have the right to place yourself first, to defend your mental health, and refuse to succumb to their toxic grip. This may require stepping away from unhealthy interactions, carving out moments of mindfulness and meditation, or engaging in pursuits that bring you joy and peace. Most importantly, self-care is knowing when enough is enough. It's having the courage to create space between you and the toxic individual to protect your healing. As Marcus Aurelius, one of Stoicism's greatest minds, stated, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you prioritize your well-being, toxic individuals lose their grip on you. You are no longer beholden to their approval or validation. Your peace is yours to protect. In this way, Stoicism teaches us to be the masters of our own lives, to find inner tranquility despite the chaos around us, and to remember that no one can disturb your peace unless you allow them to. 3. Build your support system. Toxic people often employ subtle, insidious tactics to isolate you, making you believe that they are the only ones you can depend on. They may undermine your relationships, sowing seeds of doubt about those who genuinely care for you, gradually eroding your confidence and causing you to question your own judgment. This manipulation creates a toxic web of dependency, where they remain in control while you grow more isolated from your support network. But here's the empowering truth. You do not have to face this battle alone. One of the most powerful and effective ways to combat the influence of toxic people is by building a strong support system. Surrounded by people who genuinely care for you, who encourage your personal growth, and who respect your boundaries, you can weaken the toxic person's hold over your life, whether it's your family, friends, or a community of like-minded individuals. Having a reliable network of support is essential when dealing with toxic individuals. A strong support system will uplift you and make it infinitely harder for those negative forces to tear you down. You need people who push you to be the best version of yourself, the friends who have the courage to call you out when necessary, but do so with kindness and understanding, not judgment. These individuals respect your decisions, provide advice without guilt, and never pressure you to compromise your well-being. As the philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it, that matters." This principle applies to how we handle toxic people. The strength of your support system makes all the difference in how you navigate such toxic relationships. When you have a tribe of people who genuinely care for you, the toxic person loses their power of isolation. They can no longer trap you in their toxic grip because you are surrounded by love, positivity, and wisdom. Remember, the stronger your support system, the weaker the toxic person's hold on your life. Find your tribe, lean on them, and allow their unwavering support to reinforce your own inner strength. Stoic life lessons teach us that we must surround ourselves with those who empower us, not those who drain us. So take a step today, build your network, and let the power of Stoic happiness guide you to freedom from toxic influences. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more empowering content. You are not alone in this journey, and your path to resilience starts now. 4. Master the art of non-reaction. Now, this next step is where you start taking back serious control, mastering the art of non-reaction. Toxic people feed off your reactions. They push your buttons to get a rise out of you because, let's face it, they live for the drama. Every time you react, whether it's with anger, frustration, or even sadness, you're giving them exactly what they want: power over your emotions. But here's the thing. You have the power to stop them dead in their tracks. Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control other people's actions, we can control how we respond. Imagine this. You're in the middle of an argument with a toxic person. They're throwing accusations, insults, and blame your way, hoping to trigger a reaction. What if, instead of engaging, you stayed completely calm? What if you simply didn't react at all? This might sound crazy, but I guarantee it's one of the most powerful moves you can make. When you stop reacting to their nonsense, you strip them of their power. They can't control you if you refuse to play their game. I know it's hard, especially when they're pushing every button. But non-reaction is like building an emotional shield around yourself. The more you practice it, the less their words and actions will affect you. When someone tries to provoke you, pause. Take a deep breath. Instead of reacting immediately, think to yourself, "I don't need to engage in this." Say something neutral like, "I hear what you're saying," or "I'll think about it," and then walk away from the conversation. You don't owe them an emotional response, and you certainly don't owe them your peace of mind. 5. Use the gray rock method. Now, let's talk about one of the most effective techniques for dealing with toxic people who crave drama: the gray rock method. This strategy is a game changer when dealing with someone who thrives on chaos. Toxic people want your attention, your energy, and most of all, your reaction. So what do? You become as boring and uninteresting as possible, like a gray rock. Picture this. Every time this person tries to stir up drama, you respond with the dullest, most neutral response imaginable. They're expecting you to explode, to cry, or to engage in a heated argument. But instead, you stay calm, indifferent, and completely uninterested in whatever chaos they're trying to create. You give them nothing to work with. Why does this work? Because toxic people feed off your energy. When you react emotionally, you're giving them fuel. But when you become a gray rock, emotionless, detached, and completely unfazed by their antics, they lose interest. They thrive on drama, and without it, they're left with nothing. Over time, they'll either adjust their behavior, because they're not getting the reaction they want, or they'll move on to someone else who will feed their need for chaos. This isn't about being passive or letting them walk all over you. It's about protecting your peace by refusing to engage in their game. You're not giving them access to your emotions, and that's the ultimate form of control. Try it the next time someone tries to suck you into their toxic drama. You'll be amazed at how quickly the dynamic shifts when you become completely unreactive. 6. The broken record technique. Toxic people have an uncanny ability to wear you down with their relentless demands and manipulation. They don't take no for an answer, and no matter how many times you push back, they will keep pushing until you give in. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where someone tries to guilt trip or manipulate you into doing something you clearly don't want to do? Perhaps it's a friend who constantly expects you to drop everything to help them, or a partner who keeps asking for something you've already said no to. These individuals are like bulldozers, continuing to apply pressure until you eventually cave. It's in these moments that you need a powerful strategy to maintain your peace. And one of the best tools at your disposal is the broken record technique. This method is incredibly effective because it doesn't require you to engage in long, drawn-out arguments or justifications. Instead, you simply repeat your position with calm consistency over and over again. Here's how it works. When someone pushes you to do something you're uncomfortable with, instead of explaining yourself or defending your decision, you calmly say, "I'm not comfortable with that," and leave it at that. They might try to push back, question you, or even get upset, but your response stays the same. No emotion, no defensiveness, just, "I'm not comfortable with that." You continue repeating this stance without wavering, no matter how much pressure they apply. Eventually, the toxic person will realize that they can't break through your resolve. They either give up or expose their true colors, showing that their persistence was only a means of control. This technique is especially helpful in close relationships where the toxic person feels entitled to your time, energy, or resources. What's powerful about the broken record method is that it allows you to protect your boundaries without escalating the situation. Toxic people thrive on draining you, and when you maintain your boundaries with consistent, calm repetition, they lose their power. You stand your ground and reinforce that your peace is non-negotiable. As the Stoics would remind us, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. And often, the greatest suffering comes from letting toxic people manipulate us into sacrificing our peace. By employing this technique, you take back control of your life. You don't owe anyone an explanation for protecting your well-being. The key takeaway here is to maintain your inner calm and stand firm in your boundaries. This is a key lesson in Stoic happiness, as it teaches you to remain unshaken despite external pressures. If you've ever faced a toxic person, have you used this technique before, or do you have other methods that have worked for you? Share your experiences in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more practical Stoic life lessons on handling difficult situations with clarity and calm. Your peace is your responsibility. Protect it at all costs. 7. Limit exposure to toxic people. Dealing with toxic people can feel like navigating a minefield. These individuals, no matter how much history or affection is involved, have a knack for draining your energy, leaving you emotionally exhausted. In a world where what is Stoicism remains a timeless question, we find the strength to face these challenges with wisdom. Stoicism today encourages us to rise above external negativity, focusing on our inner peace and happiness. The truth is simple. You do not owe toxic people your time, attention, or emotional energy. The sooner you realize this, the better you'll protect your mental health. In fact, limiting exposure to these individuals is often the most powerful action you can take. It might not be easy, especially when the toxic person is a family member or longtime friend. However, protecting your well-being should always take precedence. As Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." You can distance yourself in various ways, whether it's by spending less time with them, keeping conversations short and impersonal, or simply avoiding discussions that tend to bring out their worst traits. Setting these boundaries doesn't mean you care any less. It means you value your own peace more. Mental and emotional health is a non-negotiable asset that cannot be compromised by others' negativity. Now let's talk about building your support system. Toxic individuals often thrive by isolating you, subtly undermining your relationships, and making you feel that they are the only ones you can rely on. Over time, they wear you down, erode your self-confidence, and trap you in a cycle of dependency. The Stoic way of dealing with this is to surround yourself with those who uplift and encourage you. When your network of support is strong, the influence of toxic individuals begins to fade. Remember, you are not alone in this. Find people who truly care about your well-being, who respect your boundaries, and who celebrate your growth. A true support system consists of individuals who help you become the best version of yourself, offering constructive feedback with kindness and without judgment. They remind you of your strength and worth, and in doing so, they protect you from the harmful influence of toxic individuals. As Seneca once said, one of the most beautiful qualities of true friendship is to understand and to be understood. When you have people who truly understand you and respect your journey, the grip of toxic people weakens significantly. This network is your shield against manipulation and negativity. Lean on them when needed, and let their positivity reinforce your own inner strength. Your well-being should never be a commodity to be controlled by toxic behavior. 8. Understand, it's not personal. Here's a profound truth that will change the way you deal with toxic people. It's not about you. It never was. Their words, their attacks, their manipulation, it's all a reflection of them, not you. Yet, how many times have you allowed their poison to seep into your mind, making you question yourself, doubting your worth, and wondering if you are the problem? Toxic people thrive on control, and the easiest way to control you is to make you emotionally invested in their chaos. They project their inner turmoil onto others because they lack the ability to take responsibility for their own suffering. When they are insecure, they lash out. When they feel powerless, they manipulate. And when they don't like themselves, they make you the villain. But here's where Stoicism offers its wisdom. You do not control others, only your response to them. Toxic people crave a reaction. They feed off your anger, your frustration, your hurt. The moment you engage emotionally, you hand them power over you. But when you recognize that their behavior is simply a reflection of their own misery, you rise above it. You detach. You become untouchable. Think about how unshakable a Stoic is, like a rock against the crashing waves. No matter how hard the storm rages, the rock remains steady. That's the mindset you must cultivate. The moment you internalize, "This is not about me," you remove their ability to control your peace. You stop justifying yourself. You stop engaging in pointless arguments. And most importantly, you stop feeling responsible for their dysfunction. You are not their emotional punching bag, their therapist, or their scapegoat. Their issues are their burden to carry, not yours. In modern life, this principle is more relevant than ever. Whether it's a toxic coworker, a manipulative family member, or an energy-draining friend, the key is the same. Don't take the bait. Respond with composure, not emotion. In the age of social media and constant exposure to negativity, adopting stoic resilience is essential. When someone tries to provoke you, see it for what it is, an attempt to pull you into their storm. Instead, be the calm in the chaos. Practice the art of detachment and watch how your peace remains unshaken. Now, I challenge you, share in the comments. Have you ever dealt with a toxic person who made you feel like everything was your fault? How did you handle it? Your story might help someone else find their strength. 9. Set clear boundaries. When dealing with toxic people, it's crucial to understand one foundational truth. You are in control of your own peace, and you have the right to protect it at all costs. Let me make one thing clear. Toxic people thrive on pushing your boundaries. They constantly test you, trying to manipulate your time, energy, and emotions for their own gain. But this is where you must apply your Stoic mindset and Stoic wisdom. The key is to set clear, firm boundaries, not vague, wishy-washy lines. You must establish unshakable rules for your well-being and stick to them without hesitation. Toxic people hate boundaries because they limit their ability to control you. So, here's the truth. Setting boundaries is not a selfish act. It's a necessary step in protecting yourself. You don't need to explain or justify your decisions to anyone. When they push for an explanation, when they drag you into a cycle of guilt and manipulation, simply stop explaining yourself. State your boundaries clearly and confidently, like a shield that protects your peace. This is what I need, or I'm not available for that. End of conversation. When you stand firm in your boundaries, you send a clear message. You are not a doormat, and you will no longer tolerate their behavior. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Keep your mind clear of their nonsense. Now, let's talk about mastering the art of non-reaction, a powerful weapon that you must wield with precision. Toxic people are expert manipulators. They thrive on drama and love to get a rise out of you. Every time you react, whether it's with anger, frustration, or even sadness, you are handing them control over your emotions. Stoicism teaches us the power of control. While we can't control other people's actions, we can certainly control our reactions. Picture this. You're caught in the middle of an argument with a toxic person. They throw insults, accusations, and blame your way, hoping to trigger an emotional outburst. But what if, instead of engaging, you simply remain calm and detached? You don't need to rise to their bait. In fact, your silence is a declaration of strength. By not reacting, you strip them of their power. The more you practice this, the less their words and actions will affect you. When they try to provoke you, take a moment to breathe. Think to yourself, I don't need to engage in this. I don't need to react. My peace is more important. Respond neutrally, I hear what you're saying, or simply walk away. You don't owe them your emotions. You are the master of your mind, and you must guard it fiercely. Seneca once stated, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Stop imagining their power over you and take back control. This is your power. Don't let toxic people dictate your energy, your time, or your happiness. You have the right to protect your peace and maintain your emotional integrity. Stay strong in your Stoic wisdom. Boundaries are your shield. Non-reaction is your sword. You are in control, always. Stay firm, stay wise, and remember, you are not obligated to engage with the toxic, the manipulative, or the disruptive. Your peace is worth fighting for. If you're ready to take control of your life, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to get more powerful strategies for Stoic happiness. Own your peace. 10. Recognize you cannot fix everyone. The hardest reality to accept when dealing with toxic people is this: they are beyond your control. No matter how much effort you invest, how much patience you show, or how deeply you care, it will never be enough for someone who thrives on manipulation, blame, and control. Toxic people are not looking for healing. They are looking for power, attention, and emotional validation at your expense. And the more you try to fix them, the more you sink into their game, caught in a never-ending cycle of frustration and self-doubt. Have you ever given your all to someone only to be met with indifference, criticism, or worse, blame? Have you ever bent over backward trying to prove your worth, only to feel like you are always falling short? That is the trap. Toxic individuals feed off your guilt and your hope that they will change. But here is a wake-up call. They do not want to change. The more you try, the deeper they pull you into their dysfunction. You are not their savior. Read that again. You are not responsible for healing someone who refuses to heal themselves. This is the essence of the Stoic mindset. Control what you can, release what you cannot. You cannot control others, but you can control how much access they have to your energy. The moment you understand this, you reclaim your power. You reclaim your freedom. Epictetus once said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." Toxic people are beyond your control. Let them go. Your responsibility is to yourself, to guard your peace, to enforce your boundaries, and to protect your energy. Because every moment you waste trying to fix someone who does not want to be fixed is a moment stolen from your own growth, your own happiness. Walk away without guilt. Choose relationships that uplift, not ones that drain. Your energy is a limited resource. Spend it wisely. The path to Stoic happiness is not in fixing others, but in mastering yourself. If this message speaks to you, if you've ever found yourself trapped in a toxic dynamic, comment "I choose my peace" below. Like and subscribe for more powerful lessons on Stoic wisdom and emotional mastery. And there you have it. 10 powerful Stoic strategies to deal with toxic people while maintaining your peace and happiness. If this video added value to your life, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It helps spread wisdom and keeps this channel growing. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Which strategy resonated with you the most? Do you have your own ways of handling toxic people? Drop a comment below and let's discuss. Stay strong, stay wise, and remember, your peace is in your hands. See you in the next video.